Hello, hello, hello. Good morning and welcome. How y'all doing? It's 8:04 in the morning on this, the 22nd day of 2023. 'Twas the night before Night of the Dire Turkey, Thanksgiving, Festivus, whatever you want to call the silly holiday that is tomorrow, where we slaughter a bird and eat it and say, oh, yay, we're thankful for whatever. You can tell I'm not a fan. Anyways, it's Wednesday. It's pretty windy, so it's Wednesday. It's bright and sunny here, and it's time to take a look at all the tabletop role-playing game crowdfunding type thingies that might be coming to an end that you might be interested in. You still have a chance to toss a coin to some of these, and if there's anything out there that you want to get that maybe you want to support that looks interesting to you. Nothing really stands out to me this week, but whatever. My opinion doesn't matter. This is all about you. So we're going to take a look at all the crowdfunding projects that are coming to an end this week and see if any of them appeal to you. You can find these at your favorite crowdfunding site of choice: crowdfunding, Kickstarter, Backerlit, GameFounding, Itch.io, Zine, all the others. And to start off, we have a very oddly dressed individual here. This is from Draco Studios. We have the Elise's Guide to Magic, a supplement for 5e. I guess this is Elise. $60 is the most popular pledge to get the PDF and the print version of the book. It's a fresh new take on gameplay featuring tons of new magic type stuff. This comes from the Dragonbound Endless Saga world setting. It includes summoning, runic magic, 150 new spells, other fine stuff, some inspiration from Baldur's Gate. It's got about 300 pages. So if you're looking for a new take on the 5e magic system, this might be up your alley. I guess you're trying to say, well, this isn't Vancian. It's based upon more, I don't know, video games, I guess. And it features Elise here, who has 4 dragon things sticking out of her back, a sword. These, I guess, they're scrolls hanging from her belt. This weird little mask and these bracers with the thing. Obviously going for a very ceremonial, vaguely Asian look here. I don't know. Would you actually dress like this in combat? I mean, maybe this is just her ceremonial priestess garb, and when she's actually going around doing her normal everyday work, she wears normal clothes like everybody else. I don't know. But good for you, Elise, for getting your own book. Moving on. Ooh, look at that. From Exalted Funeral of Hate, we have the Abyss of Hallucination collected edition for Mörk Borg. This is a collection of zines for $140 is the most popular pledge. Gets you the hardcore version of the book and the DM screen. These are Mörk Borg products based around the writing of Aleister Crowley for some reason, and includes maps, 6 new classes, deities, beautiful art, an adventure. I don't know if $140 is worth it. It features contributions from Max Moon Games and Exalted Funeral. I mean, yeah, the 140 is because it's hardcover, I guess. I assume there's probably a soft cover. Do you really need more Mörk Borg support in your life? Somebody got mad at me for bagging on Mörk Borg the other night, because I was like, yeah, about this time, Mörk Borg is kind of a joke, right? And this guy was like, no. It's like, yeah, I appreciate that you get pleasure out of the game, but I mean, the minute they released Borg, it kind of just, yeah. But the art's still kind of cool. From Optimistic Nil, we have Forbidden Psalm, The End of Times, a game for Mörk Borg. This is actually a tabletop miniature game compatible with Mörk Borg. $51 is the most popular pledge. Get the PDF and the print version of all 3 books. Rules from the original book plus expansions. Down to do 28 millimeter competitive combats in the world of Mörk Borg. Includes 25 scenarios. From Bloat Games, we have Cries of the Overworld of the Forgotten Ballad tabletop role-playing game. This is an RPG zine. It's $9. It's a unofficial tabletop role-playing game homage to Legend of Zelda. and this is an adventure set in the world of the Forgotten Ballad, which is the unofficial tabletop role-playing game homage to Legend of Zelda. You know, there is a, whatever, official, right? It's just critical. I'm not even gonna. So it's a rules-light system with a whole bunch of stuff inspired by the Zelda, and it features some Zelda monsters, like this one-eyed mummy with a horn, and this demon who also has a horn, and this flying skull who also has a horn, and this Ifrit who also has a horn, and this bat who has two horns, and this dragon, and this whatever this is, which has no horns. We have a goose-based tabletop role-playing game from Jack Dixon called One Honk Before Midnight. $20 is the most popular pledge, which gives you a PDF and print versions of the book. This is the Tales of the Honk Apocalypse, where geese try to bring around the end of the world so that they can take it over. Imagine a world that's perfectly run by our goose overlords. There's one you never expected. You play geese who are fighting the humans and trying to set about the end of the world. This might possibly be the best role-playing game made this year. One Honk Before Midnight. Geese trying to destroy the world so that they can take it over again and reestablish the ancient empire of geese. Yeah, this just sounds awesome. From AAW Games, we have Mini Dungeon Tomb for Pathfinder 2nd Edition compatible. I don't know if it's been updated for Pathfinder Remastered Core or if it uses the old Pathfinder 2nd Edition rules. If anybody knows, please let me know. Let's see if it says. Nope. $49 is the most popular pledge. It gets you the PDF and print versions of the book. It contains tons of mini adventures, one-shots, maps that can be run together as one big dungeon or several mini dungeons. So if you're looking for a series of one-shots using Pathfinder 2nd Edition, I guess not core, normal Pathfinder, I don't know. Doesn't say it's for Pathfinder Core 2 Remaster Boogaloo, so I'm assuming they wrote this and tried to get it up before they had the chance to get their hands on Pathfinder 2nd Edition Remastered Core, and they're hoping the differences are so subtle that you can still use it. I think that's all everybody's hoping for, is it? The Pathfinder 2 Remastered Core Electric Boogaloo, whatever changes there are subtle enough that I could still continue to use old stuff and not feel the incentive that I have to buy the new stuff, unlike Wizards who are like, oh, you don't have to buy the new stuff, but it's in your best interest to buy the new stuff. And if you don't buy the new stuff, I wouldn't want anything bad to happen. I wouldn't want like the Pinkertons to show up at your house or anything. We have a found footage horror role-playing game called Obscure from Bleak Games. $35 is the most popular pledge. You get a PDF and the print version of the game, plus dice. It is inspired by found footage horror films like The Blair Witch Project. It's an episode heavy adventure where you're just playing regular old folk who run into something powerful and deadly, and you're just trying to survive it. And while you're trying to survive it, you're also trying to record it on your camera, so those who come after you will find the camera and know what's out there and learn from your mistakes. I mean, you could do that with any horror game. I don't know if you specifically need a system to emulate found footage horror, or if there's really a map of really is a market. Did I say map? A market for found footage horror tabletop role-playing game. That way we're kind of done with the found footage horror subgenre, because the jarring camera stuff and the shaking just was continuously make people sick. You're never going to top the media genius that was Blair Witch. That was just such a brilliant marketing. I don't know if anybody is ever going to even come close. It was like one of those once in a lifetime miracles of marketing. Everybody remember the Blair Witch Project and the mass hysteria that was associated with it, and the way they just used all the tools available to them to perpetuate the mythology of this movie? Then they made a sequel and dropped the bomb. From Plus One Experience Point, we have The Wassailing of Klaus Manor. This is a core rule book for a game called Trophy. $45 is the most popular pledge. PDF and print version of the book, cards, soundtrack, and more. Remember, if you're downloading a soundtrack, please check it for viruses. This is a holiday-themed horror tabletop role-playing game where you are playing the staff who are of Santa's workshop, who are attempting to prevent Santa from using dark magic and rituals to make sure Christmas goes off without a hint. So if you ever wanted to play a role-playing game where you had an entire campaign about going after Santa and making sure Santa doesn't bring about the end of the world with his mistaking, use of dark magics and Cthulhu Lovecraftian kind of stuff, this is the game for you. Okay, again, this is not a tabletop role-playing game. This is a party game, one-shot, card game, board game kind of thing, okay? I mean, how many times can you run an extended campaign built around such a niche concept as your workers at the North Pole who are trying to prevent Santa from using dark magic to bring about next Christmas? Yeah, that's not a role-playing game. That's, it's a holiday one-shot board gamey kind of thing. And finally, we have this, the $10 for the 14-floor mega dungeon, Vault of the Splintered Souls from EM Publishing. $10 gets you the PDF, but if you pay for the physical copy, you get a free poster map, which kind of goes without saying that there should have been a map of the dungeon anyways. It shouldn't be free just because I'm a backer of the physical copy. It should be free to anybody who buys the physical copy because, hey, I need a map of the dungeon or I can't run it. It's 14-floor mega dungeon, but the floors look pretty small, so I guess it's okay. Since they managed to fit in it all into 100 pages, that's pretty space... pretty thought out for just how much space you want it to take up. 100 books, 100 pages for a mega dungeon. That's pretty good. And $10 for the PDF. That's also pretty good. And we know my feelings for these guys. I've got nothing but good things to say about the EN Publishing Company and their Level Up 5e line. So I'm sure this is a perfectly adequate mega dungeon. If mega dungeons are still your things, these guys just do the work. I say good things about them every week. So they should toss me a free t-shirt or something, right? I say good things about these guys every week because every week I'm just they're just doing the work. They're the Chad Gable of the tabletop role-playing game company. They're a great mid-card company. They just continuously put out a good product. So this could be a good mega dungeon. I don't know if there's a mega dungeon market anymore. I don't know if we have the attention span now to really invest in a 14-floor mega slog of senseless violence. But maybe the market's there. I don't know. I don't really want to do mega dungeons anymore. They're exhausting. And that's it today. If any of those sound like something you want to pick up, let me know. Pick it up and send me a review. And head on over to your favorite Kickstarter type support site to get the ones you like. Help a small independent publisher maybe make some ripples in the community, or at least make enough money to keep a roof over their head for another month. So yeah, I miss the days when they give stickers, though. I know I say that all the time. This guy's telling me he likes us old guys like mega dungeons. I don't know if I like mega dungeons anymore. I went through Borrow Maze last year for a year-long Borrow May's campaign, 1.5 long barricades, and like I was bored by the third run. I was like, oh, this is such a slog. Oh my god, really? Maybe it was just Borrow Maze is badly written, or maybe it's just the DM didn't understand it. But the last mega dungeon I went through was just a boring slog. So who knows? Yeah, that was my RPG grandma. That was my thought too when I tried running a mega dungeon. Is like, if you don't tell them it's a mega dungeon, do they know it's a mega dungeon? Maybe it's just, you run the mega dungeon in small chunks as if each one is a separate dungeon, but actually they're all just parts of the same dungeon because the dungeon is so spread out that you could run area A through F as one separate entity, and then ... and then the next time they go into a brand new adventure with a brand new dungeon, it's actually the same mega dungeon. It's just a different area. And then you maybe slowly drop hints that this is actually all the same place. You just got to have this is sort of the topic for a separate vlog. You got to have the incentive to keep them coming back. And you've got to make it interesting so it's not a slog. Maybe the problem with the Borrow Mage campaign that I went through was that it was just badly run, or maybe Borrow Maze is badly written. I don't know. It just felt like a slog. There's nothing to keep me interested enough to keep wanting to go back to the mega dungeon. And we've discussed before what I think the difference between a mega dungeon and a normal dungeon is. I mean, obviously would be, again, this is the topic for a separate vlog if you ever want to talk about it. But yeah. There you go. Okay. Sorry, got off on a tangent. Shame on you, RPG Grandma, for getting me off on a tangent. You makes you tempting me with a topic that I love to talk about. Again, if any of these sound like a thing you want to pick up, let me know if you pick it up, and let me know what you think of it. Till next time, I'm the OG GM, asking each and every one of you to take a half a second to subscribe to my vlog if you haven't yet. And help me reach 2,000 subs by the end of the year. I'm looking at I see a bunch of new names on here, so thank you all of you for jumping in. And if you haven't subscribed yet, link down below. If you haven't had a chance to check out my Wretched Vigilantes merch yet, it's on sale because of Black Friday. Link down below. And we'll be back in a few minutes with some more tabletop role-playing game news. Until then, stay safe out there. It's very windy, and